You don't remember being hurt. No screaming, no bruises, no one dragging you down the stairs. But something inside you never learned how to feel safe, or loved, or enough. This is for the ones who were never hit, or even hit and forgotten. The quiet kind of pain. Neglect. Neglect doesn't scream. It whispers. In the silence, when no one asked how your day was, in the birthdays no one remembered, in the tears you learned to wipe before anyone saw. It doesn't just visit once. It follows you. In boardrooms, in bedrooms, in breakups. In every place where intimacy asks you to show up fully. And every time, you hesitate. You reach, but pull back. You speak, but only halfway. You love, but you expect loss. No one taught you that it's safe to be human. Messy, moody, needy, loud. So you became hyper-aware, hyper-independent, hyper-everything. Because the script written in your childhood still directs your performance in adulthood. Some people survive violence. Others survive absence. And absence leaves a different kind of bruise. One that doesn't bleed, but festers, quietly. Until it becomes how you see love, how you see yourself. When love shows up, you flinch. You don't know how to accept softness. Because love to you was never gentle. It was conditional, transactional, unavailable. When someone texts back too fast, you wonder what they want. You hesitate before texting. You rewrite your messages 3 times. You check their tone, and then your own. You try not to be needy. You call it normal when they ignore you. You call it passion when they leave and come back. You call it chemistry when it feels like anxiety. Inside, you're begging to be seen and ashamed of it. Where did that shame come from? Who taught you that your presence is too heavy, that your voice must be softened, that your needs are inconvenient? When someone says, "I care about you," you don't believe them. You crave connection, but run from it. Why? Because you never learned what safe love looks like. You only learned what survival love feels like. As a child, you were your own parent. You learned to entertain yourself, regulate your emotions, keep secrets, stay small. No one taught you that your feelings mattered, that you deserved to be held, not just fed. If someone had truly seen you as a child, what kind of adult would you be today? Sit with that. Would you speak louder, love more bravely, ask for what you need without shrinking? Would you believe you were worthy, even when you weren't performing? Now, as an adult, you over-explain, you apologize for existing, you people-please until you disappear, because somewhere along the line, you decided, if I need nothing, I won't be a burden. And you still carry that rule like a scar. They praise you for being independent, strong, unshakable. Independence half the time is just loneliness in disguise. You date people who don't choose you. You chase people who breadcrumb you. You fall for the emotionally distant. Because available doesn't feel real. You sabotage good things or settle for half love. Because deep down, you don't believe you're worth more. You finally meet someone who doesn't leave, and suddenly, you want to run. Not because they're unkind, but because they're consistent. Not because they hurt you, but because they don't. And that feels foreign. Too foreign to be trusted. This question feels hard. You feel more chemistry with someone who ignores you than someone who cherishes you. That's not love. That's memory. Your brain doesn't chase what's good for you. It chases what feels familiar. You've become so used to pretending you're okay. You forgot what it feels like to actually be okay. You pride yourself on needing no one. Because needing someone meant waiting, meant disappointment, meant pain. But here's a secret. Self-sufficiency was never the goal. It was a shield, a brilliant, painful shield. And yes, it kept you safe. But now, it might be keeping you alone. Not because you're broken, but because no one ever taught you what enough feels like. Neglect doesn't just take your childhood, it rewrites your blueprint for love. Like the nights you lay beside someone who didn't ask how you were, and it reminded you of home. Like the apology you gave after crying because you felt guilty for needing comfort. Like the deep, aching panic you feel when someone tries to get too close, and the numbness that follows when they leave. You find yourself trying too hard, being easy to love, fixing yourself before someone else asks you to. You become a contortionist, bending into what they like, shrinking what they don't. But if you're always adjusting, are you ever really seen? These moments seem small, but they echo, not just in your relationships, but in how you talk to yourself, how you trust others, how you define love. Maybe you've mistaken love for waiting, or proving, or earning. This isn't about blame. It's about understanding and grief. Grief for the childhood you didn't get, for the comfort that never came, for the milestones you had to reach alone, and grief for the way that pain still shows up, in how you ghost people before they ghost you, in how you laugh things off that hurt, in how you say it's fine when it's not. Where do you go from here? It's asking yourself, what did I need that I never received? And maybe, what would it feel like to give that to myself now? And choosing, in small, consistent ways, to give that to yourself now. Maybe it's letting yourself rest. Maybe it's not replying to a text that drains. Maybe it's crying without apologizing. Maybe it's saying no without guilt. Not perfectly, not all at once, but piece by piece, gently. Healing isn't a straight line, it's a spiral, and you'll revisit old wounds. But this time, you won't ignore them. You'll sit with them, like a parent who finally showed up. Like the safety you never had, the child you were still lives in you, still waits to be seen, still aches when someone doesn't call back, still celebrates quietly when someone finally does. I will be your mirror, a place for you to see the weight you've been carrying, to notice your emotional bruises that never got named. You are not dramatic. You are not too sensitive. You are not making it up. You were shaped in silence, and your survival was a masterpiece. If this speaks to you, if any part of you whispered yes, subscribe, not for answers, but for reflection, for truth, for stories that speak the things you were never allowed to say, where silence has a voice, where your truth is not too much. You are not alone. You are my venom, the ache I understand. And I am your velvet, the voice that won't look away. If this story echoes yours, or you have a truth you've never told, drop it anonymously through the link below.